I'm from Baltimore. That's why Derek effing Queen calls game. Sorry, guys, I'm going to be real. Started the countdown, forgot to hit live. Noticed that with about 15 seconds left. Said, literally, I don't care. I got to talk about this game. ASAP. ASAP. Derek Queen, 3.6 seconds left, says, give me the motherfucking ball. And he ain't called bank. He called game, baby. He called game. The Maryland Terrapins beat Colorado State 72-71 to advance to the Sweet 16, where they will take on the Florida Gators. We'll get into that in a little bit, but just, oh my God, talk about a game that felt like the entire time that the Maryland Terps, you felt like, why is this happening? Colorado State couldn't miss. They couldn't miss at times. It felt like everything that they were putting up there was going in. Clifford, I swear to God, after he got away with the little elbow shot that could have been a flagrant 2, man, did it feel good to end up on this side. Very ironic they win like this. I'm not going to lie. I think we can all admit it. When they hit that 3, when Colorado hit the 3 to take the lead with 6 seconds left, I think every Maryland fan out there collectively went, here we go again. I know I did. I sat there in silence and I was like, here it is. The Maryland Terps have found another way to lose in the final seconds. It was gut-wrenching. It was gut-wrenching. BYU legend Jackson Payne showing love from out west. Appreciate it. Everyone's fired up. Everyone is fired up from Baltimore. That's why. Couldn't agree more. Built the Derek Queen statue yesterday. If there wasn't already a reason to have this man's jersey in the rafters after everything, here we go. Here we go. And my God, I mean, Steve, I couldn't agree more. Line of the tourney, line of this year, line of the year, line of the season. It is so cold to go out there and have them be like, yeah, Derek walked in and said, give him the MFing ball. And then Derek Queen hit him with I'm from Baltimore. That's why. Chris, when Derek hit that shot, I thought of you. I was like, I can only imagine how Chris is reacting right now. This game just felt like it. Every Terp fan in the world at one point was like, oh no, it's happening again. Like, oh no, it's here we go. It's like we just lost at the buzzer again. Another March ending. Another March ending in heartbreak. Another game. What that would be, the past 5 losses to end the season, all coming with 6 seconds or less on a game-winning shot. It would have been, unfortunately, it would have been so right for it to end that way. It would have been. It would have been. But you know what? Not today. Not tonight. You know why? Because he's from Baltimore. That's why. That's why. Derek Queen, I mean, I really can't say enough about Derek Queen. Obviously, we go through it, really just an incredible game. All 5, Maryland, the Crab 5 did their thing. Julian Reese, 15, Derek Queen, 17, Gillespie with 11, Rodney Rice, who at times hit some of the biggest shots. I mean, there were times where it felt like he was carrying the offense. He was the only steady force. Then Miguel with 11. Miguel with timely threes, 3 for 5. Rice, 3 for 7. Gillespie, 2 for 7. Derek Queen beats the allegations. Derek Queen can officially hit 3-pointers and the Terps still win. Hang the banner. Hang the banner. The Terps are winning when Derek Queen's hitting threes. What can we say? What can we say? honestly, guys, this is one of those games where I just had to go live after. You have to go live after something like this because it left me speechless. It's one of those games where I found myself running around. You know those feelings? There's those few games where you have that legit feeling of it happened and you go running around the house. That's what happened. I had to show off the 10-yard shuttle time, run around the couches and stuff. I couldn't believe it went in. I genuinely could. Like it almost took a second. It almost took a second for it to process. I gotta make sure. I forgot to send my link to hold up. Hey. Gosh. So gonna have a guest join us here in a second, but this is one of those games that just genuinely the entire time felt like it was a classic Maryland loss. It was one of those where it wasn't that Maryland was necessarily beating themselves. It felt like, one, the refs were, we can talk about not only the elbow, but at the final seconds of the half, Maryland makes the shot. Then they just let Colorado State kind of waste 12, 13 seconds by just like pointing who wants the ball. Like, refs got to stop the clock there. I don't understand what was happening there, but it felt like almost at times the Terps were kind of backs against the wall. Refs weren't helping out. And you kind of got that eerie feeling of, oh boy, this is it. Like, oh no, this is where the buck stops. But when it was all on the line, when they needed to get it done, the Terps defense stepped up, went on a massive 9-0 run that really just propelled them back into this game, back into really consideration to win this game. Because for a little bit, it kind of felt like, I'm just going to say, it kind of felt like the Terps were dead. Kind of felt like the Terps were dead. But they find a way. They simply find a way. Now joining me, had to bring back on my college basketball guy in last second because sometimes things just happen and you got to talk about it. Producer of Mad About Hoops, Jacob Reimer. Reimer, I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Dude, madness. I feel like this just unlocked what's about to be an epic rest of the tournament now. Like, I feel like these last 3 games that we've got going on is just going to be pure chaos now because Derek Queen delivered the moment. That was just unreal. My jaw was dropped. I couldn't believe it.
I've been saying it the entire stream. It just felt like another classic. Oh my God, Maryland just lost in the final seconds. Colorado State hit the 3. I was screaming at my television, Reimer. I was screaming, no threes. I was like, anything but a 3. Like, I can't do this again. He shot the ball. I didn't even watch. He shot. And I was like, God damn it. Dude. I just heard the swish. I just heard it. I was like, okay.
It was wet. It was wet.
It felt like it should have been a game winner. It looked like a game winner going in the hoop. For Derek Queen to just simply say, give me the MFing ball.
Yeah. A clear out for the freshman. Clear out, get him out of the way. It was a play like Kenny Smith was talking about it after the game. It was a play drawn up for a guard. Like, you just see it getting at the top of the key and just go. And that's exactly what he did. And then elevated, banked it in, a little kiss off the glass. It was perfect.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and it was kind of like when Maryland's in the huddle, everyone's like, what are they drawing up? And I remember they panned to Queen, and Queen was literally just standing there looking around. And I was like, oh, he's getting the ball. Yeah. I was like, because he was just blatantly not. And there was just that feeling I had, like, if this is going to Queen, he's winning the game, because he just looked calm out there, like almost like looking around like, yo, where's my family at? Like, almost like, do they have a good angle of what I'm about to do? And then he just simply got the rock. And as Paul Pierce would say, didn't call bank, he called game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's an even cooler story because he's a Baltimore kid. He's from the area. It's a hometown school. And to put a team on your back like that, just be like, yeah, just give me the ball and get out of the way. And we're going to the Sweet 16. it's a very cool story.
Right, I gotta ask: is so far is Derek Queen saying, "I'm from Baltimore"? That's why, when asked about why he asked for the MF and Rock, is that the line of the? Is that the line of the tournament so far? I'm from
It
Baltimore.
might
That's
be.
why.
Give me the MF and ball. That's what
Yeah,
Kevin Willard says after the game because he can't say it the
it's
full way.
yeah. It's just, but that's the thing, and also this is just like I couldn't even imagine that team was just.
Gee whiz. And then they had the point guard from that was on Baylor, Robert Wright, I think that's his name.
Yep.
My head's in a whirlwind right now, so I can't even think straight. Yeah, that team was nuts.
Just how do you? And then also, Ryan, I mean, like to start the Terps game, we had the just no call on what could have been a flagrant 2 elbow by Clifford
Yeah.
that would have changed the whole game.
Yeah, I mean he was the one that had the pass at the end, a very nice pass for the Jalen Lake 3 to get the lead. I thought it was a set at first there. I thought there was maybe a back screen on the weak side. It's just he just filled into an open spot and Clifford found him. But yeah, that very easily could have been the difference of the game with that little elbow there at the beginning. Just what a game. The Crab Five, like they were destined to have a March moment. Like
They needed it.
This is going in one shiny moment. Like we already know it. Like this is going to be a lock. Like it's minus a million odds to be in one shining moment.
I mean, just unbelievable, especially like we can't state it enough. Like this is a freshman. Like this isn't a fifth-year senior saying, this is my 4th March Madness. I'm the experienced guy. I want to go take the foul shot. Dude, in the biggest moment of his basketball career. And he's like, give me that effing ball. I'm going to go win the damn game.
Can we also talk about that Julian Reese rebound at the end too? I mean,
changed everything because that would have been a totally different, it's a very different looking final, 20 seconds?
And stepping up, knocking down the free throws. Like that's what you got to do in these crunch time, man. You got to make your free throws. That's how you win ball games. That's why
it is.
That's how you get over the hump and not have these close losses anymore.
Yeah, it is. And we see it so many times, especially in the tournament, in these big games. Teams that cannot make their free throws at the end, it's costing them. It's costing teams chances to win national titles because when the going gets tough, the game gets close at the end. It's just, if you're missing free throws, it's free point. It's literally free points that you're offering. And maybe it is just, you just made one of 2. Okay, you just missed one of them. You do that 5-6 times, you at the end of the game, that's 6 points you could have had. And when you lose by 2, it's not the final shot that was necessarily what lost it for you, is you couldn't hit it from the charity stripe.
I go back to the North Carolina Duke game where they missed 8 free throws. Like you can't put that thing on Withers because you can put it, but you make your free throws.
People did.
Yeah. Maybe they're not the last team in if they win that game. But yeah, I mean, that's why like when you're filling out your brackets and like there's people do it many different ways. Like they look at just off of vibes or like off colors, whatever. Or like if you're a sicko like me, I look at a bunch of different charts, and free throw metrics is definitely one of them because you want to be advancing teams that are really good in a tight spot that can make their free throws to seal a win. And especially now with what their path is coming up with a date with Florida and San Francisco, they can just stay out west, to be honest. That's a game where they're going to have to step up and make their free throws. Kind of saw it. That's why Florida got back into it today against UConn. They were making their free throws. I mean, they were getting to the line a lot, but I mean, that's what you got to do in these tight ball games.
Yeah, it is. And, I'm not going to lie. I would be lying to your face, Reimer, if I told you that when Juju Reese went to the line for 2 free throws that I had any confidence. Couldn't be sure. I literally said out loud, just one. I was like, find the bottom of the net and one. I was like, just give us the lead somehow.
Give me a Kawhi bounce where with these bouncy balls that we have where it just bounces 5 times off the rim and then drops in.
anything. I was just begging for anything. When he hit both, I couldn't believe it. I
It was
just
just so
genuinely couldn't
calm and
believe it.
cool too. Like he just stepped up with confidence, knocked them in. That's what you
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, and it's been something he's clearly worked on, because last year to this year, it's a completely different player there. Reimer, just kind of looking ahead a little bit. You mentioned it, the date with Florida now.
Mm-hmm.
Not ideal. If you're a Terp fan, you're not
Yeah,
feeling fantastic going in. It's unfortunately literally the one team I was hoping not to be in the same
same.
region as, because it felt like that was kind of, even if Maryland got a team like, a Duke, even like I
Mm-hmm.
thought they matched up better even against an Auburn, but Florida's just playing some of the best basketball that you can possibly be playing.
I mean, UConn showed how to beat Florida today. I know they didn't get it done, but they were winning that game for 35 minutes of the 40.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
what you got to do is you got to dominate the glass, which Maryland 100% can. They can take Florida
They're going to
off the
need to.
boards. Yeah,
They need Reese and Derek Queen and Jude Reese. I don't care if they score 0 points combined. Don't let them get a million offensive rebounds, because then you're going
exactly.
to lose.
And then you can't let them get out and run in transition. That you got to try to
Yeah.
find a way to slow them down a little bit and make them walk it up, or just don't let them get the energy going that way, because that's where you kind of saw the momentum swing today, was when like Elijah Martin got an open dunk, Will Richard got a wide open layup on a fast break, and that's kind of where the tide started to turn there. So if Maryland wants any chance in this game, especially because Florida has the depth advantage in this game,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, it's the Crab 5 versus, I don't even know, the Gator 10. I don't know. But
I mean, once again, Maryland, the only Geronimo had 2 points off the bench. That was the only points
yeah,
that Maryland had off the bench.
and that's another reason why you can't let them just run up and down. You can't let it turn into a track meet and play at their style, because
No.
that's going to be problematic for a team that just plays five guys mostly, or gets the production mostly out of their core five. And with a team like Florida that can go 10 deep, that's where they have the advantage in this game. So got to try to find a way to keep them off the glass, and just don't let them run.
Yeah, and that easier said than done. I
Yeah,
mean,
facts.
Florida is, and that's the thing is, Florida, UConn today, you're right. They showed the blueprint. And sometimes that's all you need if you're Kevin Willard scouting this game is, okay, yeah, UConn didn't get it done, but here's how they stayed in with much less talent
Mm-hmm.
than Florida is, and playing. Now, UConn, as of late, has kind of been getting hot and playing their best ball going into the
Right.
tournament. But Florida, it's hard to say anyone was playing better than them. So for UConn to go out there, especially for Maryland, people talk about momentum. This buzzer beater, you felt like you were done, and now you're back. Feel like you're playing with house money.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw out a comparison, because honestly, it might be pretty good. When Auburn went to the Final Four in 2019, their run started on a buzzer beater in the round of 64 against, I think it was New Mexico State, and then they go on and roll through Kansas in the round of 32. Then they get North Carolina, which was a team at that time that was very fast paced, got up and down, really good rebounding team. And a lot of people liked them playing Duke in the national championship that year with Zion. And then some things happened for North Carolina. I think Nasir Little and Cam Johnson were both sick, but then Auburn goes on and wins that game. They beat Kentucky, and then they're in the Final Four. So yeah, it started with a buzzer beater, a tight win, and yeah, this 100% can ride them into it. I haven't looked to see if they announced like what days they play yet. Is it going to be on Thursday or Friday?
I am not sure. Let's see if they're going to play Thursday versus
Thursday.
Florida.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, at least you don't have to sit basically a
Yeah.
whole week until you play your next game. I mean, it's still kind of as close, but it's not like the full length. I mean, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Just stay out west. You're going to be out there in San Francisco anyways.
Yeah. I think so, especially when you just talk about time difference, getting your
Mm-hmm.
body adjusted, all of that stuff. I probably would just stay out there for that long at this point. Also, now that I just am looking up Thursday's schedule, BYU Alabama is going to be so fun.
Yeah. That
There
game's
might be a million points scored in that.
Well, and then we'll get the on the other side of that, the winner of Arizona Oregon. If that's Arizona, that's going to be another. I think what could be a very fun game with Arizona and Duke that night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where we picked our upset.
That's right. That's right. We took Arizona.
Speaking of, you nailed the Vanderbilt St. Mary's.
That was nuts. They came back.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt had a big lead, and then St. Mary's they locked in defensively and started to climb their way back into it, and ended up sealing it off in the last few minutes.
Yeah, it's almost like exactly what you said. Man, so far, let's just talk all around real fast. Favorite? Has there been a game of yours, that you've watched that you're like, that's the game of the tournament right now? Obviously, I'm biased now.
Aside from this, because this just unlocked all the madness. Holy cow! Ole Miss is up freaking 20 on Iowa State. That's nuts. Florida and UConn today was really good. Arkansas and St. John's, aside from all the fouling, just that kind of game with the hype leading into it with the two coaches was just phenomenal. Still so strange that Big East Player of the Year, RJ Lewis Jr., was on the bench for the last 3.5 minutes. I get it. He was cold. I get it. Like, he's not giving you anything offensively, but still, he's the Big East Player of the Year. He's got to be on the floor.
It just makes no sense. It would literally be like if the Ravens had a chance to go win it on a drive, and they're like, Lamar's not been playing great. We're gonna toss, I guess, now Cooper Rush. It's like, that doesn't matter. You probably should.
It's like having Marshawn Lynch, but you decide to throw it on first and goal.
Good callback, Reimer. Good callback there. Impressive. Has there been any team that stood out to you that you're like, damn, they're doing better than we thought?
Arkansas kind of shocked me because I didn't think they would get past Kansas. Ole Miss right now is stunning me because
they are. I did not know Ole Miss was like this.
I didn't either because I could kind of see it in the North Carolina game. North Carolina is not a good three-point defense, and Ole Miss is a really good three-point shooting team. So that's why they were just getting 3 after 3. It seemed like they started 6 for 7. I think they still ended up above 50% from 3. But then Iowa State is leaps and bounds better than North Carolina defending on the perimeter. Tamin Lipsey is one of the best on-ball defensive players on the perimeter or in the country. And just to see this, it sucks because Iowa State is banged up, and that's probably why, because Keyshawn Gilbert's another excellent on-ball defender. But still, just to do this against this Iowa State team who has the length advantage and the advantage on defense, pretty crazy.
Yeah. Joe's asking, are you riding the Hogs over Tech? Fake Rocco.
It's going to be interesting. Joe. It's going to be interesting because Chance McMillan, I don't know if he'll be back for Texas Tech or if Adu Thiero is going to be back for Arkansas. Those two make a big difference. I love JT Toppin. That's going to be another very physical game. If it's anything like what the St. John's game was, Arkansas will come away with that win. Texas Tech has to just play it at their style for sure.
Yeah, there's just so much. I know people are upset because it's been chalky at times, and at times I mean a lot. But it is better when we get to these moments, and now we have the moments we want. It's fun when there are upsets here and there, but overall we've gotten some good games. We've gotten some classics, and now it's just all about we want to see the best teams play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, and that's where the madness is going to really hit, is deeper in this. When we have the best teams playing, then we're going to get pure chaos between now Oregon's up 17-4, but the BYU Wisconsin game was great. That was a very high energy game, and I expect that with BYU and Bama, like you just mentioned. I think that can be a very high intensity game, lots of points scored in that game, and just a fun game in general.
Gosh, I'm not gonna lie. I keep watching I'm from Baltimore. That's why Derek Queen's building this. They should already have it being built as we speak. They should just be, the construction should just be working. They should just be going on right now. I can't get over this win for Maryland. What a win. We'll see what happens against Florida, as we said, but it's going to be a tough one. But, man, it's hard. This was one of those, you said it's going to be a million% in one shining moment. Yeah. This is something that Maryland fans are going to look back on forever. Just as when you get a buzzer beater in March, I don't care if you were favored or not. It's a big moment. It's something that is going to be remembered, especially by the fans, for a long time.
And honestly, no one was more due than Maryland. I think the last time they were a 5 seed or better, they were
Maryland's AD just leaves and suddenly we're on the right side of the buzzer beaters. People are asking. Asking.
I think the last time they were a 5 seed or better, they had lost to LSU on a buzzer beater in 2019. I hate to bring back bad memories from that. But then, just everything that's happened this year with all the buzzer beaters and the close losses, like nobody was due more than this Maryland team. And just having the nickname the Crab Five.
It's on the cherry on top.
They were destined to have a March moment. It was 1,000% going to happen, and it delivered tonight.
And it felt like it had to be Queen. It felt like it had to be Queen. The guy, it was just, I guess it was like 15 months ago now that Derek Queen committed to Maryland, and everyone's like, what is he, staying in Baltimore? Like, that's crazy. Like, let's see what Maryland can do. Obviously, to start the year, it was always the classic, the defense is there. Can the offense show up? Up and downs, heartbreak after heartbreak. But, man, when it mattered the most in March, the Terps found a way to win.
Oh, man. So sounds like Sweet 16 game is also the same day as opening day.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. That's going to be a great day for the city of Baltimore.
If they beat Florida on that day, there will be – I can't even put into words what will go down. I genuinely have no clue.
Are the Orioles at home to open it up?
No, thankfully, like that would make it a disaster. So you can double screen. If it was home opening day, that would be
because Pickles would be on fire.
There would be no Pickles after it. There would simply be no Pickles after it. It would the city would not recover. The city would not recover if the O's went out there and won, and then Florida just gets upset by Maryland. It's unbelievable. Reimer, I appreciate you hopping on. Make sure to go check him out on Twitter. I always do this opposite. Twitter handle right down there. Mad About Hoops producer. Reimer, where can people catch you for on Spotify and stuff?
Yeah, just it's called Mad About Hoops podcast. We talk about nothing but college basketball, especially right now with it being its peak time. Do about an episode a week. So we got the latest one out there I think we put it out Friday. So probably going to be about the same time this week as well. So be on the lookout for that for sure.
Yeah, so go check him out. Make sure to follow him over on X to talk for all things college basketball, not just in March. But appreciate you joining us here for a little bit, Reimer. That's going to do it, though, for us. I had to hop on to talk. I know I just got off like 2 hours ago doing an Orioles live stream, but this happened. This goes down. There was no way I wasn't reacting to it. So we'll see you next time. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel.
We'll look back on this at the start of an epic run, hopefully.
I hope so, Reimer. I hope so. But that's going to do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. I'm from Baltimore. That's why he didn't call bank. He called game. We'll see you next time.